Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I will be doing a quick review on Netflix's Ratched. Before I get started, make sure you guys go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the like button for this video, that definitely helps, and the notification bell so you never miss a video. Netflix's Ratched is based on the origin story of Mildred Ratched. She moves to Northern California to seek employment at Lucia State Hospital, just as experiments of the human minds are on the rise. Now, this version of Nurse Ratched is definitely a little bit different than the nurse that we know from the 1975 film One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. That character was a bit more cold, a bit more heartless, which can also be said about Sarah Paulson's version of Ratched, now that I think about it. But this version of Ratched definitely has a heart in some ways. We also explore sexuality with this character, which she doesn't really come to terms with until the end of the season. But also her sexuality was never really specified in the novel. So background for Mildred Ratched, at least Netflix's version of Mildred Ratched, this show shows more of a softer side to Ratched. And I know it sounds like I'm saying Ratched, but I mean Ratched, but I'm also being lazy and saying Ratched. But we will see how eventually Mildred returned into that nurse that we're all familiar with from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. With this Ratched, we see a stylish woman, by the way. I love her clothes, but we'll get to that in a moment. But we see a woman who appears to be following the rules, but willing to break the rules at the same time, to save her brother, of whom is a patient at Lucia State Hospital. Now, her brother is expected to be executed because he killed 4 priests. That was crazy. You will be in for a shock in the beginning of this series. By her witnessing those terrible practices that's going on at the hospital, because mind you, they're still in development of how they're studying the mind, the body. Lobotomy is a thing that is just now, coming about. But this was the age of lobotomy, and we explore that through Dr. Hanover's practices. And he is the head doctor there. So he's running everything. But this practice allowed Ratched to use it to benefit her needs. Let's talk about Ratched's style / Sarah Paulson's style, because I'm pretty sure she might have had some say with the style, as she did also produce the show as well. The style of Ratched was just, I love the colors that they used for her wardrobe. Her coats, her gloves, her glasses, down to the red lipstick and her red hair. Everything was perfect aesthetically, just nice to look at. I really do like the way that Sarah Paulson chose to portray Ratched. I know that a lot of people oftentimes would like to, compare her character to Ratched from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, but I think that she did something different with this character. She made her more human, and that's what we need in order to connect to this show. We don't just need her to be strictly cold-hearted and no nonsense, which those things do exist within this version of Ratched, but I also appreciate the fact that she took time to find ways for us to sort of empathize with her in some way, even though she was crazy. Like her actions speak for itself as far as how evil and how far she's willing to go in order to save her brother, or even those that she loves. Now let's talk about Finn Wittrock's character. He portrayed Edmund Tolson, who is Ratched's brother. Now he is definitely a standout performance for me. I love how he gave me all these different types of vibes. He is crazy, but at the same time, he was faking crazy in some ways. It's kind of weird. I also found him a bit likable in some ways. He was definitely calculated. I feel as though he didn't necessarily need Ratched in order to escape the hospital. He would have eventually figured it out. I can't wait to see more of him next season and what he does now that we know that he has a new enemy. Other standout performers for me was Judy Davis as Nurse Bucket. She was annoying as you know what, but at the same time, you have to appreciate actors who can play those annoying roles, because that's how you know that they're doing a wonderful job. My favorite scene was the peach scene when she stole Ratched's peach. And then this you-know-what claimed that, oh, well, I didn't see a name on it. Who puts their name on a peach? But that whole back and forth with Nurse Bucket, the peach scene has to be my all-time favorite scene within this season. And then I also grew to like Nurse Bucket towards the end as she kind of, befriended Ratched. I also really enjoyed George Wilburn, played by Vincent. He was amazing. He was so unapologetic, but they made fun of it in a sort of way. And I feel like when you add comedic elements to such a thing that actually does happen in real life, it allows you to kind of have fun with it. Sophie Okonedo was definitely another standout character for me. I love how she was able to take on these different personalities and tell the difference of when she was Charlotte Wells to when she was a little girl. I forgot the name of the little girl that she sort of portrayed, but she just had so many different responsibilities and characters to portray, and I felt like she nailed it effortlessly. And I'm also happy that they didn't kill her off. I felt like they would try and kill her off. Now I know for sure that she'll definitely be in the second season, thank God. I really enjoyed the cinematography overall in this film, the environment of how they were able to make everything, make it seem as if you were in the 1940s. So we know so far that Ratched will go after Edmund as she so claims, but I still think she sort of fears him, even though she claims to not fear him. She is very well calculated, and I believe that she will be ahead of him as far as planning out how to get to him. But also Edmund is really crazy. So I fear for Ratched. I think that Charlotte Wells and Edmund will become quite the dynamic duo. I do like their relationship to each other. We will explore more of that in season 2, I'm sure. And also, will Henry Osgood try to go after Ratched as well? For those of you who have seen the show, comment down below. What do you guys think? Do you have any theories for next season? And I will see you in our next review. Bye.